Hello, good morning. In this tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to set up our school payroll system. Now, in doing that, I'll come back to the school finance. Under school finance, I'll go to school payroll. Then I'll go to define earning. Now, what we have as defined earning is where we define everything we earn in the school. Let's say, for instance, in every school we earn our basic salary, we earn some do earn house allowance, some earn transportation allowance, some do earn call allowance, and there are different things you may be paying in the school. So this is where we're going to define everything we pay our staff in the school. Now I already have defined in this place the basic salary, house allowance, transportation allowance. Now let me define another thing. Let's say some people earn call allowance, maybe they make a lot of calls for the school, so I'll define call, that is the short name, then the long name, or call it call allowance, and that's just it. And if there's any description, I'll enter it here, then I'll click on save. As simple as that. I've defined an allowance called call allowance. Then after defining all my allowance, if there are other things I want to define, I'll keep on typing it and saving, and it keeps on entering the system. After doing that, I'll also define deduction. Now in deduction is where we define everything we deduct from the staff. At the end of the month, maybe there are deductions to make, then this is where we deduct it, so that everything is going to be archived or saved back into the system. Now in the system, I've already defined contribution, I've already defined penalty, tax, arrears, and loan. These are things these are things that I'm just thinking. Maybe in some places they do a contribution at the end of the month. In some places, some staff are being penalized for one thing or the other. They take tax. In some places, some people collect loan and they have to pay back. So these are all the deduction I have defined in the system. And if you want to define another deduction, all you need to do is to come back here, enter deduction, and save it to enter the system. And it's just that simple and straightforward. You define your earning, you define your deduction, and the next thing you do is you set up the payroll. Now to set up the payroll, I'll move to the next menu, set up payroll. So this is the payroll, and the payroll contains the name, the ID of all the staff we have working with us. Now in doing that, I have to set up the payroll. I'll enter all the earnings, I'll enter the deductions. Now let's say we are defining for a staff called Peter Samuel. Peter Samuel earns 30,000 in a month, and his house allowance is 5,000. His call allowance is 1,500. His transportation is also 1,500. So we have defined his earning. If there is anything in this blue section which is the earning he does not get, we leave it empty. But let's assume in this situation, Peter Samuel is collecting his basic salary, house allowance, call allowance, and transportation allowance. Now under the deduction, let's say that he also contributes 2,000 naira every month, and he is not under any penalty. Mind you, any month that is he is being penalized, we come back here, enter the penalty, and update it back into the system. That's how he does. Now on tax, let's say he's giving us 100 naira for tax. He's paying 100 naira, and he has no loan that he's paying back and no area. Then the system automatically calculates what he is going home with. That is the gross earning in this situation is 38,000. The gross deduction is 2,100, and he's going home with 35,900. So this is the monthly salary for Peter Samuel. After entering all that, I'll click update. It saves it back into the system. That's just how to set up our payroll system. And in that case, we are going to do it for all the staff, so that everything they earn is stored in the system. Why we have to do this is this, so that when we will have to pay salary, we don't have to come back here and be setting this thing up again and again. All we need to do is we start posting the salary to each of them. Now, how do we post salary? That is the next thing we want to look at. I'll click on post salary. Let's say I want to post salary for January 2018. It's already January here, and I have 2018 to post salary for. I'll click load payroll. If you notice something here, the name of staff we have here is not up to the name of staff we have in the other side, simply because in this place we are only seeing those that their payroll is in place. If we leave any staff empty, when we want to post salary, you're not going to see the staff payment here. For instance, let's go back to setup payroll. You look at here, we have Raymond is empty, we have Maureen is empty, we have James is empty, we have Okeke is empty. So anyone that is empty is not going to show when we are paying salary. Simply means that we are not paying the person anything. Now here is it. We are paying salary for these people. It has given us everything: the earning, the deduction, the net pay, and the payable. Now the payable is editable. Why is it so? What up in a situation the school wants to pay salary, and now in this situation they don't have enough cash to pay all the thing that they're supposed to pay. Let's say they don't have enough cash to make a payment of 339,000 in the month, because that is the total amount needed to pay. All they need to do is they have to come to the payable and reduce the amount to be paid to each staff, and the other one will enter the system as what the school is still owing the staff, which they'll come back and pay up later. Now again, I may also say this person is not receiving salary this month for one reason or the other, though the money is still there in the system, but you're not paying him. This person is not receiving, or either way, nobody is receiving salary, or just leave it and go. But anybody who you don't want to receive salary, all you just need to do is come by the side and click. Don't drag, just click. It removes the person from those that will be paid for the month. You add the person, it adds back into the system. Or let's say we are removing Samuel, and I'll click submit. Say please confirm this operation. I'll say okay. Operation was successfully processed, so we have posted salary for all these people. Isn't that amazing? But for Samuel, someone is still there. So anytime we come back, we still want to pay Samuel, and we come back to the system, go back to post salary, come to January 2018, load payroll. The only person we are going to see now is Samuel, because he has not collected his January 2018 salary. So that's how to post salary. Now, but at this point, we also want to make something, not something here, that after posting a salary, we want the staff to, each of them, go and confirm the amount that has been posted into their account, to be certain that that is what they have been owed, that is what they're supposed to collect, and all they need to do is to approve it, or to say yes, this is what I'm supposed to take. So let's say I want to do that. For Arinze, I hope Arinze is part of those that they posted salary for. No, let's say, let me log in as Uche. For Uche logs in and goes to staff manager and click on verify payment. Once he goes to verify payment, he will see that his January 2018 salary is being posted. All he needs to do is to cross-check everything and say, okay, amount paid is 26,900. That's what I'm supposed to collect. He will simply say verify. You click on verify. Say, please be sure you've gone through the record very well before proceeding. This action cannot be reversed once you proceed. Okay, I'm certain the operation completed successfully. In this case, would you have said this is what I'm supposed to be paid? Now we also have payment history here. Payment history shows you all the payment that you have received. For instance, anyone that you have verified comes in payment history as pending. That is, we have verified this money has been posted, you verify it, but you've not received the money, or it has not been moved physically to you, so it's still pending. And at this point, you are now waiting to receive your payment. Then, as an admin have to approve the payment and send it to bank to be paid, or either way, however they're doing it. Maybe you're paying cash, maybe you're paying through account, whatever it is. So when admin logs into the system, he just goes to approve salary, January 2018. He clicks. The only salary you can see seen here is Uche, earning 28,000. Deduction is 1,100. Net pay is 26,000, and payable is 26,000. Now, why is not seeing the other ones? They have not verified their payment. So all staff, we have to log into the system, verify his or her payment, so that when the payment is to be approved by the school admin, he will see all the payment to be made, cross-check it to his record, and click approve. If there's anyone he doesn't want to approve, all he needs to do is also to remove it. Then in this case, I'm approving only one person. Okay, operation was successfully processed. Now let's say everybody entered the system and everybody did what they're supposed to do. So every payment has been approved. Then the boss will now have to go and print the bank schedule. That is what he's using to make payment. For January 2018, the bank schedule, this is it. This is all the people that needs to be paid. Then what do you need to do? Just click on print. It sends it to the printer, and from there you print out the bank schedule. Or let's see how the bank schedule is going to look when printed. The bank schedule. Okay, school finance. School payroll, bank schedule, load salary, print. So this is how the bank schedule is going to look on the paper when you print it, and can now from here submit it, put a signature, submit it to the bank, and the payment is made. I think that's all we have to do on payroll system, and I hope you are impressed with the whole system. But remember, once again, if there's anything you think that is missing, if there's any contribution you want to make, if there's any suggestion, please don't forget to call us and let us know. We value your contribution. Thank you, and see you next time.